Speaking of moments, this one felt different. For years, Kelsey Mitchell carried the Indiana Fever with quiet determination, surviving season after season of disappointment. She smiled for cameras, answered polite press questions, and shouldered the burden of being the lone star on a forgotten team. But this time, she didn't just give another routine interview. She broke her silence in a way that sent shockwaves across the WNBA. Kelsey Mitchell didn't simply respond. She delivered a truth bomb so raw and authentic that fans, media, and even rival players are still unpacking its weight. Every word was deliberate. Every phrase carried conviction. And in that moment, Mitchell reminded everyone that leadership is not about noise, it's about clarity. What she revealed wasn't just commentary. It was a statement that might change how we discuss Caitlin Clark, the Fever, and the entire landscape of women's basketball. When asked about the transformation of the Fever, Mitchell didn't hold back. She acknowledged her own journey, the pain of those early years, the revolving door of coaches, the humiliating 5-win seasons. Then, with deliberate calm, she shifted to the player whose arrival altered everything. Caitlin Clark, and then you bring in Caitlin, who changed the world, changed the dynamic of basketball. As a friend and as a player, you grow to appreciate her because certain doors have opened, because she's come to the Fever. And you have to respect that. I love the teammate and person in her because she's accepted it with so much grace and even welcomed us with open arms too. Make this thing happen. That wasn't just admiration, it was validation. Mitchell didn't sound threatened. She sounded liberated. After years of carrying the load alone, she finally had help so powerful it transformed not only the Fever, but women's basketball itself. The real debate now is this. Was Mitchell merely offering praise? Or was this a declaration of something bigger? A calculated, brutally honest acknowledgement that Caitlin Clark isn't just a star, but a phenomenon who shifted the trajectory of the game. And that raises the most provocative question of all. Has Caitlin Clark already become the single most important turning point in modern sports? Is she the needle moving the entire industry forward? Mitchell's answer seemed clear. She didn't just recognize Clark's impact. She cemented it as fact. You've changed the world in so many ways. You've done it with so much grace, and I'm so happy to take the forward with you. But I want to tell you to give yourself some grace, kid. You've done a lot of things that not a lot of people can do. And from me to you, I'm always going to be a fan. I'm always going to be in your corner. I'm always going to be in your backcourt. That's not just a teammate talking. That's a franchise cornerstone surrendering ego to acknowledge history in the making. Because here's the reality. Mention the Indiana Fever anywhere. And the first question you hear isn't about defense, coaching, or even Kelsey Mitchell herself. It's about Caitlin Clark. Her name dominates every conversation, every broadcast, every storyline. For some veterans, that constant spotlight might sting. But Mitchell didn't flinch. She embraced it. That matters because Mitchell isn't just another role player. She is the Fever survivor. She's the one who carried the franchise through its darkest years. She lived through coaches coming and going, through endless nights of lopsided losses where Indiana felt like the league's punching bag. She's the one who endured the humiliation of being a doormat team. So when Kelsey Mitchell, of all people, looks into the camera and declares Caitlin Clark has changed the world, that's not just flattery, that's a seismic admission. And here's the genius. Mitchell managed to elevate Clark without diminishing herself. She didn't erase her own legacy. Instead, she reminded the world that she was the one who kept the franchise alive long enough for Clark's arrival to matter. Without Mitchell, there may not have been anything left to save. Her words weren't surrender. They were balance. True leadership doesn't fear competition. It welcomes it. And that's why her statement feels so groundbreaking. In a league often plagued by jealousy, subtle digs, and veteran bitterness, Mitchell broke the mold. She showed that authenticity and respect can coexist. While others like Aja Wilson or Cheryl Swoops have thrown shade at Clark, Mitchell took the opposite route. She stood tall, embraced her teammate, and by doing so, elevated the Fever's culture above the league's petty rivalries. But Mitchell didn't stop there. She made it personal. She didn't just call Clark a teammate. She called her a friend. That word matters. In pro sports, friend, isn't casual. It signals trust, chemistry, and a bond deeper than highlight reels. It showed that Clark didn't come to Indiana to take over. She came to integrate, to build something lasting with those around her, and Mitchell gave us proof. She recalled Clark's viral tweet about being fined for stepping on the court. Critics twisted it into arrogance. Pundits labeled it immaturity. But inside the Fever locker room, it was comedy gold. Mitchell revealed that Clark's humor lit up the team, strengthening bonds outsiders couldn't see. What the media painted as controversy, the Fever embraced his character. That small story captured the real divide between perception and reality. Outsiders see a star under constant scrutiny. Teammates see a kid with heart, humility, and humor, and perhaps most telling of all, Mitchell even hinted she'd take a pay cut to keep the Fever's new Fab Four intact, herself. Clark, Aaliyah Boston, and Lexi Hull. That's loyalty you don't hear in today's sports world, where chasing money often outweighs chasing legacy. For Mitchell, the mission is bigger. She knows what they're building isn't just a playoff run, it's a dynasty in the making. Why such loyalty? Because she's seen the transformation with her own eyes. From 5-win seasons to semifinals appearances, from irrelevance to sellout crowds, from being ignored to becoming the story every sports network wants to cover. And now, Mitchell sees the Fever for what they are. A storm, not just a team. Clark's stardom, Boston's dominance, Hall's grit, and Mitchell's scoring have turned Indiana from a punchline into a powerhouse. That's why her comments carry such gravity. They weren't just about Clark. They were about the revolution happening in real time. And Mitchell is all in. The bottom line is simple. Kelsey Mitchell didn't just endorse Caitlin Clark. She embraced her. She validated her. She pledged to build alongside her. And in doing so, she laid down a challenge to the rest of the league. Either recognize what's happening in Indiana, or get left behind. Because if this core stays together, the WNBA won't just have another contender. It will have a dynasty and a cultural shift that forces the league's old power structure to reckon with the future. So now, the question shifts back to you, the fans. What do you think of Kelsey Mitchell's comments? Was this pure admiration, the start of a legendary partnership, or something deeper, a manifesto for a new era of the Fever? Let us know down in the comments below, and if you believe in what Indiana is building, drop "Let's Go Fever" in the chat, like this video, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss the next chapter of this story. Because make no mistake, what Kelsey Mitchell just said wasn't only about Caitlin Clark, it was about the future of basketball.